my YouTube channel. My name is Folake Agumbiade, aka the Customer Seductress herself. And I'm pretty pumped to be back again this week. If this is your first time interacting with this channel, can you do me a quick favor? Look below. There's a red button. It says subscribe. Click on that button to subscribe to this channel and join a community of resourceful people who are interested in building capacity. Just beside it, there's a bell sign. Click on the bell sign so that you can get a notification every single time I upload a new video. If you are a frequent returner to this page, wow. Thank you for appreciating what I do every single week and always coming back. I know you're gathering some information that will be useful to redefining your life and career as a person. Thank you. I celebrate you. I don't take you for granted. Thank you for every single thing you do. But don't forget to like, give us a thumbs up, comment, write a short note, tell us what you're learning, and share this video with family and friends. If you missed out on last week's video and you currently live in Nigeria or you're in Nigeria, it will be a good video for you to check out. In our current crisis as a nation, one of the things we're facing is the lack of character in leadership. The title of that last week's video was The Power of Character. Check it out and you'll thank me later. Today we'll be talking about something that is very relevant for me to talk about because I've had quite a number of conversations as a psychologist, as a therapist, as a life coach, with a lot of people who have challenges in this particular area. And you know, it's an area where you never really understand why love goes wrong. Today we're talking love gone wrong. Now, whether we like it or not, where there are relationships, situationships, marriages, courtships, friendships, love is an emotion that would always come up. But love and hate are two sides of the same coin. Passion, if you ask me. Any passionate relationship is difficult. Any passionate relationship is intense. And this is the reason why relationships sometimes get ugly. That intense feeling of love that causes people to devote themselves to each other can also turn into intense anger when things go bad. Relationship, in its end, is not just about passion. Yeah, there's more to relationships than passion. It's more about friendship, compromise, and comfort with one another. There is an old saying that I always like to encourage people with when I talk about relationships. Because honestly, relationships will go south. But when it does, and it's not abusive, and it's not a threat to life, I always like to say when you reach the end of your rope, tie a knot onto it and hang on. In other words, before you give up, take matters into your own hands and try a bit harder. There are reasons why relationships fail, and they are quite common. But we must realize that falling in love is very easy. But making a relationship last long is hard work. It always looks good at the beginning. But after a few days, a few months, a few years down the line, it slowly starts to fall into pieces with each passing day for seemingly no reason. Firstly, to consider today, you must understand that relationships are not static. Like I always like to say, stagnant water stinks. So if you are in a relationship and you guys are doing the same thing over and over and over without switching it up or changing things around, it is destined to fail because people are not static. The people involved in a relationship change over time. We all change. The older we become, the wiser we become, the more exposure we experience, the more money we make, the influence we command, you will discover that the person you are married to, you are in love with, you are in a friendship with, is not going to be the same person over a certain period of time. Now, it's not just the people who are going to change. Their thoughts are going to change. Their behavior is going to change. Their appearance. Yes, that slim babe you married is going to change. That hunky, handsome dude you married sometimes is going to change. Or that friend that you were attracted to because of their appearance, sometimes they will change. Again, everything changes over time. This constant change, when not handled properly, can always result in conflicts. You must be able to realize that despite the numerous problems that can kill a relationship, if you make an effort to put in sacrifice, compromise, dynamic change, and commitments in any relationship, you can keep that relationship alive. It's more than just giving your heart and time to your partner, but having the ability to decide to explore the beauty of life with whoever you are in a relationship with. Now, let's quickly explore 4 reasons why love goes wrong and how we can practically mitigate it. As a psychologist, I always like to give a solution and not just highlight the problem. Number 1, lack of trust. This is so common. A lot of times when a relationship did not have a proper foundation of trust, it is one of the main reasons why a relationship falls apart. It can be a nagging doubt of emotional infidelity, unreasonable rigidity towards changing our views about certain things. Or sometimes it's just that feeling that something is not quite right. Over time, unresolved trust issues grow into deeper things that break the relationship down. When you can't trust your partner, there is a likelihood that love would go wrong. So what do? How do you overcome trust issues? First and foremost, you have to try and be honest. In whatever relationship you are, even if it's a friendship, be honest with your friends. Be honest about your feelings. Be truthful with your partner to avoid unnecessary suspicions. I've been married for 14 years and I'm married to a pretty amazing dude. He was my friend for 6 years before we got married, 6 or 7 years. And one of the things that has helped our marriage or our friendship, more importantly, is openness. I tell him, to a large extent, I tell him almost everything. And I am open about how I feel per time, so as not to breed unnecessary suspicions. Secondly, you have to be transparent about your thoughts and your feelings. Openness is a key in a healthy relationship. If you want to keep your relationship healthy, make sure you clear out all suspicions. Don't be mute. Trust, when it is broken, must be regained, and you must nurture it carefully and dedicatedly without entitlement to get that person to trust you again. Number 2, ego. Everybody has an ego. Ego is the worst of all destructive forces that has the power to break any kind of relationship. I have a darling friend that always says, I find it difficult to say sorry. And sometimes I laugh and I say, I don't say sorry unless I mean it. But if you trace that statement, it's all tied to ego. We all have ego. Not surprisingly, egoism is the number 1 reason why 99% of relationships fail nowadays. We tend to just decide that our egos would override our logical thinking. If you don't manage it, it can lead to a big disaster. particularly with your loved ones. Now, when your ego takes over, you need to realize that you are getting in the way of things by yourself. As a result, you tend to give priority only to your own contributions and sacrifices in any relationship, while ignoring the efforts of the second person. Everybody brings something to a relationship. It just depends on what it is and what percentage you value out of what they bring to the table. Always be mindful that it takes two to build a relationship. Therefore, you cannot be the only one that decides how each action or plan of life will go. You must give and let give. You must live and let live. Very important. So how do you overcome ego? No one is perfect in this life. Everybody has their pros and their cons. Try and be kind and considerate. Don't make everything about you. When your nails are growing long, we cut off the nails and not the fingers. Similarly, when there is ego in a relationship, cut off your ego and not the relationship. Because when you are done with that relationship because of your ego, you will regret your actions. Use every opportunity to feed your love and not your ego, and you will be able to keep sustainable relationships. Number 3, communication. Bad communication. Communication can either make or break your relationship. Poor communication leads to conflict in relationships and results in breakups. Thus, good communication is important for a healthy relationship. The closer we are to someone, the easier it is to hurt them. The people who hurt you are the closest to you. If you don't care about someone, there's nothing they can do that would hurt you. So it's important that you make sure that people don't make you do the things you don't want to do. Very important. Now, conflicts are common in any relationship, but the real thing is how we communicate and resolve it at the earliest. What are the tips to handle communication issues? Not everyone is going to have the same communication pattern as yours, and every individual is raised differently. They deal with problems differently. Be kind in your words. Make sure that you try and be open and convey your feelings in an effective way to avoid misunderstanding. Address the issue and not the person. Speak a little less and listen a bit more. Listening to your partner is the most effective way to prevent communication breakdown. Don't bring up unrelated issues in the past over and over again. It means you're not communicating. If we have trashed an issue, why should we come back to it? Just discuss the current issue and try to resolve it. And like I like to say, address the issue and not the person. Don't make it personal. Address the issue and how that issue makes you feel. Don't make it personal. Don't throw insults. Don't hurl abuses on the person. We can only say there is no relationship without good communication. The last but not the least for today, I don't want this video to be too long, is anger. Anger is a natural and healthy emotion that everyone emotes from time to time. We all get angry. But it can be a problem when it becomes extreme and hard to control and lasts too long. Excessive anger is a serious concern when relationships fail nowadays in particular. Anger arises when things don't go as planned, when you are being mistreated or wrongly accused, or there's just a misunderstanding. Apart from this, even stress, frustration, and anxiety can result in anger. So please learn to manage your anger. If you can't, take anger management classes. Talk to me. I would help you walk through your anger issues, because there are classes that can help you manage your anger. The worst part of it is when you become angry and you don't manage it, you can destroy all your personal relationships and the quality of your life. So learn to control your anger before it controls you. What are the tips to overcoming anger? Firstly, take time to calm down. Calm down. Just calm down. And to think about why you are angry and how to deal with it. Try to identify the possible solutions that can resolve the issues without hurting your partner. In today's world, it's very easy to get angry due to the stress of juggling life in general, especially in this part of the world. Work pressure, financial pressure, fallout of COVID-19, and so many other things. At best, give yourself short breaks. It will make you think better and stress-free. Most importantly, think before you utter every single word while you're angry. This is because it's easy to say things and hurt people we care about the most when we're angry. You will definitely regret this as an after effect later. Take a few moments to collect your thoughts. Just keep quiet before you say anything in the peak of anger. In closing, relationships are not rainbows and butterflies. Love is not about, fairy tales, Cinderella stories. They ought to be rain, floods, and storms. Most or some of the times. No matter what, you should never give up. If it's not abusive, if it's not a danger to your life, and if it's not making you feel less of yourself, always stand by your partner. If not, that is not a true relationship. In any way, remember, no relationship is perfect. Love what you've got. In the end, affection is always greater than perfection. Life is perfectly imperfect, and so is love. I hope today I've been able to take you around understanding why love goes wrong and what you need to do to keep love burning in your relationships. Don't forget to subscribe. Click below. There's a subscribe button. Click it. And don't forget to click the notification bell so that you can get a notification every single time I upload a new video. Don't forget to also like, comment, and share this video. My name is Folake Agumbiade, the Customer Seductress. And I am out. Love you guys. Bye.